Kings and queens, your majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you, my esteemed subscribers. You loved, celebrated, and of course, appreciated. So today, we will have this discussion that is going on viral right now. And I'm talking about the response that Chad gave to Donald Trump pertaining this travel ban. Of course, we are aware, it's out there on all news outlets. It's not just Chad that was restricted. There are other African countries and other nations around the world that was restricted. Of course, the American government gave their reasons to why they have to restrict these regions from trespassing their territory. And these regions have, replies to give to this government. Some are okay with it. But there is a response that the government of Chad gave, and that is what is making Africans at this point so happy. And why do you think Africans are happy? Because we are living in a time where we cannot speak for ourselves. This is what we've been waiting for. That time where African countries can say, no, you can't just push me here and I go. You can't just push me there and I go. I would you understand what I'm saying. So it is said that the US banned Chad, but Chad did the unthinkable. And what is that unthinkable? That is what I'm bringing to you here, Your Majesties. Now, there is something that was going on underneath. Something was cooking. Something was cooking. There was a rumor that circulated within that the reason why the United States government is angry with Chad and had to, restrict Chad, it's not because of the reason they gave. Most of the time they just give some of these, things just to cover up the main situation. So that the main situation is that they wanted to use Chad to spy on the Sahel, but the Chadian government refused, that they're not going to be party to that. And Idris Deby, the president of the Chadian people, he at this point is going the same way that the Sahel leaders are going. No one is perfect, but he's doing his best for his nation. Okay, and of course, he's not just going to jump into whatever that the US government had instructed him to do. So that is a reason that because he had said he's not going to be a spy for the United States government against his own brothers and sisters in the Sahel. Things escalated to this. And if you look at these situations critically, there are iotas of truth. Because to see that Idris Deby stood on his ground and made the decision he made, is like he understand. I know the reason why you are restricting me and my people. Okay? But I'm not just going to fall for that. No matter what you do, I will stand by my people. No matter what you do, I will stand by Ibrahim Traore. I will stand by Atimi Goita. I will stand by Abdurrahmani Chiani, because these are my brothers and sisters. I keep telling you here that before anything else, we were Africans first. We were brothers and sisters first. And to see that Idris Deby put the interest of his continent first before any personal interest. Who knows what they have promised Idris Deby? Who knows what they have said, okay, we're going to give to you, or do this for us, and this is the reward. Who knows what they have enticed him with, and he refused. So there is something going on. The way they are dragging themselves, something definitely is happening. He decided to close all United States Army bases, and I don't even know why there are United States bases in Chad at this point up until this time. I don't know how they still, meander their way to still remain in that region. And also, the French base was also kicked out. And there was something he wrote on his social media handle. He said, I have instructed the government to act in accordance with the principles of reciprocity and suspend the granting of visas to citizens of the United States of America. This is exactly what is being done to his own citizens. And why should he not retaliate? It's just normal. At this point, this is a season of do me, I do you. If you play fair with me, I'm going to play fair with you. Now, why do you think the Sahel nations cut off from the West? Because Ibrahim Traore keep telling us that these people are so wicked that they do not know how to play fair games. So you don't play fair games, we're not going to work with you. Okay? And he went further to say that Chad has neither planes to offer nor billions of dollars to give, but Chad has its dignity and pride. Oh my goodness, this is what got everybody out there. Africans are like, we are with you, we support you. Okay, to hell with Donald Trump and whatever ban he's giving. All right, and I won't blame Donald anyway. Let's listen to this before we continue.
International gist now. The US government restricted visas from 12 countries, including Chad, Iran, Afghanistan, and Haiti, citing inadequate security screening measures and a lack of cooperation in the deportation processes. The policy was effective from June 3rd and it sparked criticism across Africa. Now, the president of Chad, Mahamat Idris Deby, has now responded by suspending the issuance of visas to American citizens in response to the United States' recent decision to include the Central African nation in its expanded travel ban. The announcement was made by the president, who said, and I quote, Chad has no planes to offer, no billions of dollars to give, but Chad has its dignity and pride. As diplomatic tensions rise, it remains unclear how long Chad's retaliatory visa suspension will remain in effect or whether other African countries will follow suit. Let's hear what social media tweets had to say about this situation. Dama Kalume said, thank you. These are the African countries we want. It will never be the end of the world just because Trump said so. Viva Chad. The second, let's get another tweet. Kibochi said, a silly move. Sometimes retaliation is not necessary. I think it last tweet. And Koril said, finally, the US slaps a visa ban on Chad, but still expects foreign engineers and mining consultants to roam freely on African soil. Not anymore. This isn't 1995. It's tit for tat now. You ban our people, we lock your business gates. Well, Emmanuel, well, some people are, I mean, what do you have to say about what the Chadian president has done?
All right, Majesties, that was it. And what I was saying initially was that why do you think that you need to travel out of the continent to make it better, to make it big, to succeed? Why do you think so? When these people, to succeed, they had to come to learn from your ancestors. And then at this point, you are disgracing your ancestors, running to them, and they are kicking you back. If you've been with me here for some time now, it wasn't long before this whole thing started. Like I keep telling you, I don't see visions, but I'm not a seer rather. But when you look into situations and you look back into history, you understand that nothing good is coming from this set of people. For you as melanated, as African, nothing from the past up until this time. Your Majesties, we have been the one that good come from us to the world. It's just that they keep taking advantage of us. I told you that there was a time that it became so rampant on the internet. Everybody is telling you how to relocate. Every country in the continent has someone who they have paid to entice people to leave their countries. Okay, how to relocate from Ghana, how to relocate from Nigeria, how to relocate from Namibia to the United States, to Canada, to wherever you. Everywhere you see how to relocate, how to relocate. A lot of people were struggling to see that they go away. Oh, Africa is now a hellhole. Let us leave, let us leave. And I was asking you all a question at that time. If we leave our nations claiming things are hard, things are difficult, you leave your nation. Just imagine everybody leave Africa to all these countries. Who is going to remain to take care of that which we own? No. I was talking about it here. Some people are like, oh, you're bad. You don't want people to go to a place to go and make ends meet. Oh, because you're living comfortable, you think everybody's living the same. Oh, what of you? What? A lot of people said what they want to say. It's not even up to a year. The kicking back have started. The rejection have started. These were the same people that entice you into running to them. And even when you run to them, what do you get in return? Your Majesties. And of course, it is the truth that Africa is becoming something else. It's so difficult. And not just Africa, the whole world at this point is shaking. Oh, Africa is poor, Africa is this, Africa is that. And I had a question I was asking. I keep asking those questions during those time when I was making those videos. I asked you all. If you feel that Africa is now in a particular state, or maybe a state that is not redeemable, who is responsible for Africa in this particular state that Africa is in? We don't think. The same people who entice you to come to them. Oh, we're going to give you jobs. Oh, we're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. The same people are the ones who are the cause of the problems, the downfall of the continent of Africa. How can the same people who cause your pain give you joy? No, we don't see these things as they are. We're interested in, what we eat today. What about tomorrow? What are we building for tomorrow? And this is exactly why I keep telling you, there was a time I said Black people need to learn something from the white people. And a lot of you were angry. Why should we learn something from white people? They do not think of today alone. They think of their races in the future. And so they work towards the future. Even if it means them sacrificing their lives, as far as it's going to help their race, they are ready to go all in. But the Black man is just okay with the enjoyment of today. Acquire the money, spend it on, things that are not so important. Show the world that you have money, you're rich. It is quite unfortunate, Your Majesties. So, I'm not digressing, it's still within the discussion. Okay? To see that we have leaders like this is the joy that we have. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And that's why I tell you that when I talk about the Sahel, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, it brightens my day, even when I'm angry and I hear about the Sahel. I'm just so happy. And the joy increased to see that the leaders of other nations are also beginning to take a step forward. They are challenged by these three wise men in the Sahel to do something, to make a change. And that is the joy for me. And I believe it's the joy for every well-meaning, African out there, or those of African descent out there. What do you think, Your Majesty? Do you think that, like the other commenter, do you think that it was a bad idea, or it is a bad idea that the government had to, go head on with the United States government? Do you think so? Do you know a lot of Africans are so, they are so in awe. I don't know if it's fear or it's love or it's just, I don't know. There is the way, there's this way they see these world powers as word, whenever you talk about United States government, you talk about the French government, you talk about the United Kingdom, you talk about these people, the collective West, the leaders. A lot of Africans begin to see them as gods and goddesses that can do the unthinkable, that have eyes everywhere. They begin to fear them. So the moment an African leader begin to, go head on with these people, a lot of Africans begin to say, oh, be careful, it's not all the time. Then it is when. If it is not all the time, you retaliate. Then when do we retaliate as Africans? Because we've not been retaliating all this while. And this is the time where I saying, okay, no, enough is enough. We should wake up. And we still have Africans who feel like the decision of this leader is bad. So, Your Majesties, what do you think about the decisions that Idris Deby made? Do you think it's for the good of the Chadian people, or you think is going to be detrimental in the future? I feel that that's the right thing to do. Like he said, they're a sovereign nation, and he is the leader. They might not have everything, but they have their dignity. And Donald Trump should respect that dignity of theirs, Your Majesties. And to me, I keep telling you, it is, I don't know, you might say I'm bad, I'm wicked, but I'm just so happy that everybody is being kicked back right now. Everybody's being prohibited right now. Remain in your nation, build your nation. Who are you running away? Who is coming to do it for you? Nobody. Do you want your inheritance to be in ruins? That's a question that we need to have in our hearts always whenever we think of, leaving the continents to other places and building other people's and nations and abandoning our own. I'm going to see you in my next one, Your Majesties. Until then, love yourself, love others. Stay safe, stay positive always, Your Majesties. Bye for now.